Hello, happy Sunday evening. Busy day today. Doing some fun crafting, working out in the yard, watching some TV shows. But I'm ready to sit down and do some more creating, and I'm hoping that you're going to hang out and join me, do some creating of your own as well. So something that it's been a bit since I've done a, kind of a quick and easy type journal where I just sit down and throw some stuff together and not get overly complicated, and just see what we can come up with in a relatively short amount of time. So that's what I want to do today, or tonight. And what I'm going to start out with, I've been working on some page edgers that I think we can use. Louisa Heinzel put out a new video today, and it was so fun that I had to sit down and craft along with her. So that's what I did a little earlier. I've got these. Where did I put my container or the packaging? I don't know. Oh, here it is. Oops. I got my second package of these backdrops. This is volume 3. And so I've had them for, gosh, probably a month or two and haven't pulled them out yet. But I want to. I want to do that today. They make really nice, perfectly sized little journals. They are 6 by 10. And so they just work out really, really nicely. So that's what I want to use for our base. I think we'll use some stenciling, some stamps. I've got my snippets, and I don't even remember what this packet is called, but it's something, Tim Holtz. Got those out, got stamps out, got some tags, we've got some people if we would like to use that, and we're just going to go with it and see where it takes us. So what I want to start off with, this is nice thick paper. I want to go ahead and we're going to use our scoreboard here to get a nice fold. So since it's 6 by 10, I'm going to go with the 5-inch mark so we can get a nice fold. I picked out this one. I'm glad I did it off camera because I got so caught up with all the cool papers that I had to stop and read all the information on each one. Because, oh, rubber stamps, and I wonder what he bought. And so it was a little ridiculous. So I got to hide that. Of course, now I just confessed to it, but whatever. Okay. So here we go. Cute, small, nice colors, and I want to round the edges. I'm going to go with kind of a medium. We're going to go 7. We're going to go with our 7, our R7 rounder, and we're just going to go with it. I didn't put a spine on this one. We're not going to go super thick with it. However, if we start stuffing it and we decide we want to, we can always put, actually, let's just do it. Look at me, changing my mind as we go. I'm going to put, let's see, what would we want? I only want to go with 1/8 of an inch because I don't want it to be big. However, I had a quick little visitor. Somebody needed help with a jar of salsa. Okay. So I only want to do 1/8 of an inch. But I think it would be okay to have the front 1/8 of an inch short, because then maybe we can have some more page edges sticking out. So I'm okay with that. So I'm going to go here at 5 1/8. And that is, if we decide we want it, we have it. So that's there. If we don't, that's cool too. Totally fine. I do want to, though, as we're laying stuff out, I want to make sure that we leave this clear. Maybe we'll put a stamp on it, but nothing much more than that. So, no, that's not what I want. I want, do we want to go super dark? I feel like we need to go vintage photo with this one. And let's see, I think I'm out of total, oh no, I'm not. I kind of want to get a fresh one. 1 second. Okay. Well, this has something on it, but that's okay. I want to get a fresh one because I want to go with this Distress ink instead of the archival. Let me just quickly grab, oh, here I got a pile of index cards. Just make sure that that's not gonna, no, we're good. Anything on there so tiny. Such a tiny amount. So what I haven't done, just for fun, I want to see what the difference in these is. So here's the ink, the Distress ink, and let's check the color of the archival. I want to see what the difference is. Okay. So the Distress ink's a little darker. This has almost a more yellow undertone, I would say, where the other one is a very true brown. All right. So just, they do have, each of the formulations is different between oxides, Distress inks, and the archival inks. So with the different formulations, there is a slight difference in the color, which can be fun because essentially then you've got, well, if it has an archival, then you have about 3 times as many more colors, but not all of them come in archival. You have at least double the colors since they have the different formulations of oxides and inks behave differently. I've had a lot of soda today, you guys. I came in after working in the yard and I was very hot. And so somehow or another, March 3rd here in Iowa, and we were 79 degrees today. So took the chainsaw outside and got some yard work done that I needed to be doing on some trees that need to be removed from the front yard. Okay, anyway. No, I didn't cut myself. I burnt, kind of dummy burns themselves on a chainsaw. This guy is the kind of dummy that does that. Cool paper. This is another one of the backdrops. I do like these numbers, but I like this side too. So I know I want to use some numbers. I'm going to cut out the bottom strip for now. Maybe I'll use more, but I know I want some numbers. I don't know that I want the whole, well, that does look kind of cool. Maybe we'll keep them together. Maybe we won't. I want to grunge this up a little bit, and I want to do that. I feel like I've got a lot of stuff sitting right around where I'm trying to work. We need more space. Just because I haven't cleaned up today. That's my problem. I don't actually need more space. I just need to put stuff away when I'm done using it. Okay, let's see here. I need that right this second. Let's go with, what do we want for our grunging? How about, I want to do a few different colors. Let me see. I think that goes with that. I know, maybe I don't have a tea dye. Maybe I only have a tea dye brush, which is fine. I think I want to start with the antique linen first and see what kind of effect we can get. Put this under here so he can stay where he lives. Let's see if this will show up at all. And I have not, oh gosh, I can see now all the glue on my desk. Gross. What a mess. Let's see. Oh, I think that's going to, it will show up. Yes, 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 yes. I did some coffee dyed paper yesterday, I think it was yesterday, that I'm excited to use too. There, I like this first subtle layer to be not super dark, and it does just look like something got spilled. I really like that. Let's go on the back as well. Oops, moved it. That's okay, doesn't matter, it's supposed to be a mess. And messes are messy, so that is fine. Right, that works. All right, next, let's go just a touch darker here with the tea dye. Now this has more of an orange undertone, so I'm gonna see a little bit on the back first before we stick it on the front. I don't think I put enough on there. Let's see if we are happy with that color. It looks a little bit suspect, I think. I've been watching too many murder shows today. I like crime shows. It's a thing. I think it's a family thing. I think it's genetic. My kids, well, one of my kids loves them. My sister loves them. My mom loves them. So my dad tolerates them if we put them on, but we love them. We can watch them to relax. I don't know what that says about us, but we do like a good crime show. All right. Okay, I think what we'll do now, let's move on to do some grudge. Whoa. Maybe I shouldn't have drank so much soda. Let's do some grungy stamping. Lord, relax. I'm gonna go in, I wanna do some walnut stain, but you know, while we're at it, let's just go ahead and take a peek at what that's going to, where's my stamping block? Always losing, there it is, everything. For such a tight space, you wouldn't think stuff can run away like it does, but it really can disappear like crazy. All right, let's take a look. Let's see what color this is going to give us. Ooh, I like that. But do I like it in this? Yeah, why not? Don't overthink it. Just do it. We'll double stamp. It doesn't have to, we don't want it to be perfect. We're just gonna do several. Get the back. And what I could do, just open it up, goofball. Sometimes I'm a little, well, all the time, I'm a little nuts. And it takes me a few times before I realize that I'm doing something ridiculous. We don't want a super ton of dark, but I do, let's put this guy away. Let's go to this slightly lighter, oops, to our lighter archival vintage photo. And let's get some edgy stuff going here. Thinking that might be a good amount of that. And then I think the other thing that I want to do is I think I'm going to go around the edge, but not all the way around the edge. I want just some amount of scorched timber here around some of the spots that might get a little bit more dirty. Some corners. Gosh, it looks like somebody tried to start it on fire. Just some little bits, maybe even over here, running it over the front a little bit, but not too much. We don't want it super, like super regular. We want it super irregular. I might have to cover that up. I got a little too much there. Let's go ahead and do the inside. And we'll figure out, like I said, if we want to add that spine in or if we want to just leave it. Our poor spineless journal. Okay. All right. So next thing I want to do before I decorate the front, I want to go ahead and put a signature in there. And I want it to be a pretty straightforward. Let me grab my papers here. I want it to be relatively straightforward. So I did some, whoa, having a problem here. I did some coffee dyed papers yesterday. That's cool. I like that. And I dried them in the oven, and I might have left them in there a little too long for some. So some look a little burnt. Some are just toasty. You can tell that one got a little burnt. But he's okay. He's okay. This one's a little lighter. I like this effect where it didn't go all the way through. That's really cool. That's thicker ones, and these are different. This is, to see the difference, this was my coffee dyed paper where I put regular brewed coffee in a pan, or like a cookie sheet, laid these down, let them sit. These are the ones that I did with the instant coffee, made it really thick and gross, and then just poured it over the top. And then stuck them in the oven to dry. So you can get multiple effects. There, we might want a lighter colored one too. We aren't going to put that many pages in there, but we have them if we want them. Let me get this back out of my way, or we'll have even less room to work here. So we're going to use some map pages, but not quite yet. Page tabs can get off the desk. And let's see, we're done with our grungy for the moment. We'll probably grunge up some of our pages here. So we know that we want, our max height is going to be 6, and our max width is going to be 5. This is 8.5 by 11 paper. So we can do a couple of different things. We could fold them small and fold them into 4. I do like to have different sized pages, so maybe that's what we'll do with this one. Do fold them straight though, you know, not like I just did. I guess that is pretty straight. That wasn't too terrible. So I'm going to fold it like this. Actually fit not too shabby. And then what you can do is I'm going to take, you can take it to a paper trimmer. You can use your ruler and knife. This is small enough that I'm just going to cut the bottom off here, just the bottom folds off these. Did I get them all? I might not have. Let's take a look. Nope, a little short on this section here. There we go. So now, apparently I still didn't get them. I'm just going to cut along our fold. We're going to cut right there. We don't want to cut all 4 sides because we're going to, they'll sandwich in here to make a, fold so that we can sew our signature in. I love the messy, rippy ends on this one. So I think what I want to do with this is, can we get this? Are we okay with it sticking out? So what I'm going to do, I don't want it sticking all the way out, but I do want the ability to add an edge here. So I know my limitations, and we're going to use first we're going to make a tiniest bit of space. We're going to use our ruler and our knife here. I just want to take off, I don't know, how much do we want to take off? 1/2 inch or so, maybe a little more. And get that straight. Looks pretty good, maybe-ish. Pretty close. And we're just going to trim that right down. And now we're going to fold it so that we keep, I want it this way, so we can keep that really cool edge. All right. I'll go ahead and bone fold it here. Make it a little crisp. We can do that with these two. We can put these up, put them down, over, any number of ways. Now for this, we could go thin and tall. Let's go a little bit thin on this one. That'll be cool. Get it. There we go. And what height do we want? Let's take a quick look here at how we are. We need to make ourselves a bit of a guide. So that's going to come, probably should have cut that quite a bit shorter, but you know what? I like it and I'm going to leave it hanging out. So let's just grab our pencil. We want a little bit of space. Mark this guy right here, and then we're going to use that as our guide. Apparently my guessing at how much to cut off is not very good. It's pretty straight. And we can also, we'll use that somewhere else for a little half. We can make it into a pocket and do something. All right, so let's go. And none of this has to be perfect. We are just, oh, I forgot my new ruler. Okay, we're gonna use that in a minute. And do some other cool things. Okay. I could get the big beast out and bring it over, but I'm not going to right this second. All right, where did my tearing ruler go? I know I put it up. Oh, there it is. It's sideways. Okay. So we've got some pages that have nice regular edges. Let's have some. Let's see, how wide do we want to go with this? I think, you know what, that is too far. We'll just use our tearing ruler. So this was another one of my little finds from Temu. Oh, that's going to be hard to get used to. Wow, I was way off. That's not right. Come here. That can't be right. It can't be that far off. No, it wasn't. That was a shorter one. Okay, that's better. Right, now let's try our new tearing ruler. So this is going to let me, I've never had one of these. And maybe this might not be a very good one because it was super cheap, like I said. But these are supposed to help me have a wonky yet semi-straight edge. Oh, I like it. I do like it. This almost feels like a paper bag. If anybody likes crunchy, this is a good and crispy and crunchy one. Okay, let's see. What do we got going on here now? What have we got going for our signature? Do we want, let's go that way. And let's put a lighter colored one. Let's go with a nice little in the middle half one. That clearly needs to be ripped out here. Let's use our ruler again. Let's go with the bigger ripped side. Like it. All right. So we'll stick him probably. You can go low, you can go high. There's no real rhyme or reason to it other than it is best to have 2 of the signature holes, 2 of the binding holes, stitches to go through it. Now, that is with the assumption that you're doing binding stitching as opposed to sewing on a machine or stapling. because you can always staple it. I think I want to do standard 3 whole pamphlet stitch on this guy. Let me line him up and grab, what do I want? I want my clips here. Grab those down there. Got these clips, and we'll see how this is going to fare. And if we need want to make a spine here. I think we do. I think by the time we put some, I don't want it to be too thin. So I want to have that many pieces of paper, but I also want to be able to decorate them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep our papers together in the order that we picked, because they're fine. I am going to go ahead and do this other fold that we put in with our scoreboard. Fold on that other score. It's not going to be big, but it's going to be enough that it will make a difference. And we want to make sure that we ink this side as well. We've got this nice, cute little bitty, tiny I don't think we want to go more than that. I really don't. I think I would rather have this sticking out a little bit. We can always decorate that so it looks like super purposeful. I don't think we need to go thicker than that. I think that it will make it too wide. Okay, so now we need our pokey thing here. Before, I do want to do one thing before we sew in that signature, and I want one stamp along our spine. And I'm trying to decide, do we want to do it red? That might be kind of cool. We could go red if we want. Let's get that on there. With these lines, it's kind of hard to, you kind of got to take a minute to get it straight if you want it to look good. So, are we going to be straight? I think we are. Okay. I'm wienering out, guys. I think I'm going to do it in black. I think we're going to do black because I'm not being super brave. As soon as I put it down, I bet you anything I'm going to go, oh, I wish I did it in red. It's cute, but it's not super visible. Well, we got it on there. Let's just put another one on the bottom. Why not? Why not? And maybe one over here on the top. We've got it on there and it's straight, so we might as well. There. All right, where did I go? There it is. Okay. All right, now we can get this out of the way for the moment. And let's get our signature in. You can choose to just put like a piece of one piece of string, maybe some elastic, something so that you can slip them in and out. But I do think I'm going to go ahead and stitch them in right away. So I need to grab, where's my twine? This, and we need a needle. All right. So let's just go with the green. I think that'll be fine. We're going to make sure that we sew it in right side up because I've got it upside down right now. So let's not do that. And I'm going to make sure all our papers are exactly where we want them. Tight and nothing past our guide paper, which is the outside one. So I want to make sure. I think that is fine. Okay. So I'm just pressing them in together here so I can get a real good feel for exactly where they're supposed to be. One of the things that happens when you bind paper is you fold it closed. The outside ones are going to end up just the tiniest bit shorter than the inside ones because of that extra space. Where'd my pokey tool go? I just had it. Here's this. Oh, here it is. Because of the inside space, the extra width of the paper. Just eyeballing it here. Let's make sure it is going to get that short piece. I'm going to poke it there. Let's see here. Again, want to make sure it's getting the short piece. It will. Poke it there. And then we're going to eyeball right about the same. At a good close distance, I think so. And there. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up on here. It's a little hard to do and show you at the same time what I'm doing. I'm trying to line it up kind of in the middle of our little 1/8 of an inch fold. Okay. I think that's going to look okay. Are we not too high, not too low? I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I hear little feet coming. Hi. All right, guys, I have a visitor, so if we have any questions, we might have some questions. All right, so I'm going to first go through here in the middle, and this ends up being, it's a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. You start with about 2.5 times the width of your journal. I've got more than that, but I don't like it when it pops back through, so I want to be able to hold it. You go out Oh, well, here. You know what I didn't do? I didn't pre-do the holes in the outside of the journal, which I should have done. So I'm trying to do it without stabbing myself. Okay, so there's one. And here is the other. Almost stabbing myself, but not quite. All right. My visitor left, but he'll be right back, so nobody worry. Nobody worry. Okay. Get a hold of this. Put it that way. Go all the way down to the bottom. Oh God, I think I just heard him open a soda. Goodness. Now we come back up and pull it back through, and we can take these off because I don't want to pull it too tight because you don't want to rip your paper. Pull those off because we've already gone through. So I do this wrong every time. I can never remember. So okay, I'm going over with the short one first. And now over with the long one. Left over right, right over left, whatever. Either way, it's one of each to do a proper knot, right? Okay. All right. Now, I can... Oh, that's right. We had that one extra... I panicked for a minute. We had that one extra bend. We're good. We are all good. One extra fold. Okay, so here we go. Now, we can leave this, and this, we can decide later if we want to cut it off, but we could hang something from it. It can be a page marker. It can be any number of things that it might be, or maybe we'll just cut it off later. Either way. But for now, we're just going to leave it. So I am going to quickly put this stuff away, and I will be right back. Okay, we are back. Look, we've got a hello. Go ahead.
Hi.
There is little Mr. Harley hanging out. And yes, he did get a soda, like I thought. But there's no school tomorrow, so, you know, it's his birthday weekend. So we're just gonna do what grandmas do and be like, okay, whatever he wants, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's grab one of our pieces here. What do we got? Ooh, New Brunswick, Canada. All right. It kills me to use these, but like I've mentioned before, I got this old vintage 1905 atlas, but it was $2 at a thrift store, so I just need to use it. I just need to use it. So let's see. I think that will actually fit quite nicely, and it does have, you know, the pink. So I'm thinking what I would like to do is just fold it in half. Okay, so we're going to just gently tear this. I'm going to pull some of the pink in. It's not exactly the same pink, but that's okay. It does not have to be absolute matchy. So let's get this out for gluing. And because this paper is so thin, or so delicate, I'm gonna, oh my goodness, I hope, yeah, I got plenty of glue stick. I'm going to very gently use glue stick. This will stick just fine. I don't want to get it super wet with a wet glue, so I'm going to use glue stick here. try to not glue it to my fingers enough that I tear it. Although, if it tears, we'll just glue down the tear. It's not that big of a deal. And so that's too high. Let's give us just a little bit of wiggle room to get it kind of straight-ish. All right, that lines up very nicely. Okay, so there's our inside cover for the front. Now, do we want to do the same on the back? I didn't ink it, you guys. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. Now we're gonna have to get creative. Let's see. Oh, I say that like it's a bad thing. Okay. We definitely want this inked. So let's go this way, and let's see, we've got, those are light colors. This is a darker color, although I don't know which one it is. I'm gonna try to take this and see if I can just ink a little bit around the edge. It's not the best, but it is something. It's better than nothing. And so I'm going to call it reasonably successful. It's not my most favorite, but we'll remember to do it on the back one. This goes with that. And these things, I think I'm just about in desperate need for another one of these for this guy. It's all shrunk up. They last for a good long time. This I can just ink like this. On the edges here, they're close enough that I can manage to get those inked up well enough. Can we get a tiny bit here without making a big mess? Getting brave, I guess. All right, this time, let's ink it up before we do it. Gently, because it is old and brittle. So we're being a little careful. But again, if it rips, and we'll just glue it together when we lay it down. All right. So we'll stick this one here. Wait a second. Did I do the wrong one? I think I did. That's the side we want. All right, well, ink this side. Still gentle. Guess we're practicing our inking today. All right. Starting in the middle and working towards the edge to attempt to avoid any ripping. That was stuck to my hand. And let's see, we were awfully close. Trying to gauge it just a little bit similar to the one on the front. That looks about right. Maybe? Yeah, pretty good. Sorry for the head bump. There. All right. And we still have this showing, which is okay. We might put something in there. Or, let's see, I think this is okay. If we didn't have a spine, it wouldn't want to close nearly as well as it does. And we'll put something on there to hold it together. But in the meantime, we want to put some things on the inside. We can ink edges, we can do any number of things. You know I'm gonna break out the washi tape since that's new and fun. Where is, I had the, oh here, right next to me. Got this one. Again, inexpensive Temu. I just can't get used to calling it that. Super cute. Temu ones, and wanting to build up my washi collection because I don't have a washi collection and I need one because I want one. And they're really cool. So, shall we? Now these might have, I wonder if these have the little backing on them. They do. Which actually might be kind of helpful, maybe, maybe not. Guess we'll find out. I'm just gonna put some right here. It's kind of a pain, actually, to have this on this. Oh gosh. Maybe I should have ripped that off first. They are super sticky, that's good. Definitely feels super sticky. So there's that guy. Oh my god, this is not going to be enjoyable. What a pain in the pants. Alright. I changed my mind. I don't like it with the backing. I like it better when it doesn't have the backing. And it just sticks to its own self. Let's put a pocket. What do we want to use to make our pocket? Let's get this out of the way. I do have this fun new book that I found at the thrift store. Same place I pretty much get everything. I'm wondering, let's make a pocket out of one of these. I know it's awful tearing out, ripping up books, but like I've said before, they aren't getting any reading on a thrift store wall, bookshelf, so I do think it is okay. To be using them. I'm going to double this up because it's thin paper. That's not going to be good enough to give us a good pocket. So we're going to just double this up. Look at it. Well, that might not be thick enough either. Might have to rethink that one. Let's see. Can we manage anything? Small tuck spot, perhaps? Or perhaps we just ditch that idea and go with something that might work a little bit better. How about we do that? Let's get this out of the way. We could go, oh, we do not want to cover this. side of that up. Not that. Let's see. How about a tag? How about we use a tag as a pocket? Let's do that. Let's pull out a tag. Find one that we like. Let's see. We could go, how about, now the cat's gonna be out there making noise. I swear to God. I don't want to cover that bottom. It's just too cool. All right, we need something shorter. What about this? We could do that. That could be, yes, let's just do that. Let's get this out of there. Let's take our vintage photo and ink our edges. And see what we can do here. All right, we got some ins and outs tonight, guys. That is okay, because we all have our things going on, right? And we can have our buddies joining us because it's art time. I'm going to sneeze in a second. Oh, excuse me. Oh, my goodness. Today, it seems like it's going to be quite a, or tonight, I guess. Tonight is going to be quite a less than stellar video. We are just kind of all over the place. Not that we ever need perfection. Or that, am I saying that any of the other videos that I've done are stellar? I'm not saying that either. Okay. Okay, let's get our pocket. We're going to hold that down just a little bit. Let's see here. All right, we're going to hold that. And what might we have that we want to pop in there? We could go, let's see. How about, I don't know, those might be too big. Where? I had these little, time tickets that I got, again, at the thrift store, the same thrift store, my favorite thrift store. I wonder if we can get one of these in there. Probably not. Might be too big. We can use that on a different one. That's not going to fit in that, in this particular pocket. But, let's see. What do we have? Do we have any small tags? Let me pull down some of the tags that we've made recently. We've got that. That's too tall. That could go in there, but it's awfully purple. This one, how about an identification card? Will that fit in there? Oh, that's just a little too wide. What about here, this one? That one will fit. That's cute. Okay, here we go. We'll use this maybe on another page or something. We'll keep that out too. That's fun. Oh, I need another container for this, I think. Got too much stuff stuffed in here. Those might look kind of cool in there too. Okay, here, we need to stop. We need to stop digging. That's why I can't get anything completely done, is because I start digging. Okay, now, on the next one, let's do something like, let's put one of our page edgers because I do want to use those. Do we want to go mushrooms? We could go mushrooms. Harley, I think I'm going to need your help to decide. Here are some page edgers that are decorated. There's one, here's one, here is one. All right, why don't you pick for me? You pick which one you like, and that's the one that we're going to use. Okay, well, he's picking that for us. Let's go to this page. And let's see. Okay, we've got this one. All right, so this is going to go on here. Okay, so that goes this way. So this is going to go on here, and let's put it right about there maybe. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's put some glue here. I left my glue open. I probably shouldn't have done. Oh, there we go. We're okay. We are okay. I guess I didn't need to do that. I could just do this. So let's go here. And push that down a little. We might have some oozy glue, so let's make sure that we're not gluing it. Let me grab this. Do not want to glue that to the other page. Oops. And now we're going to go for the rest of this here. And pop that right down. Very nice. I think that looks just great. And we can even add more to it. So we can do more decorating. We don't have to decorate every single page. What we can do is we can leave one, or we can do something simple like grabbing, let's grab just a pretty sticker. It's okay if it's not all grungy. We can go something, you might not even be able to see what I'm doing here. Sorry about that. We can just put something cute down in that corner. We can mix. We can mix and match grunge with other cool stuff. You know, you can do any number of things. Now, do we want this? That might be too close for that. What about, maybe that's just another little journal space, or we want to put, let's see, do we have something small? How about some just, let's add a little texture. First I'm going to put this on here. Let's put just a little bit of interest on here with some background script stamp. And let's see, what color do we want to do? How about we can go with some yellow. Let's do some yellow and see how that looks. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We are just ink it up here. Tried to get at least some all the way the full length of this paper. And we're going to just go down quick because I am afraid that I will move it otherwise. That works okay. Just a touch of something. And where's this? While we're at it, oh wait, did I have 2 of those? Huh. Where'd this, uh-oh, I'm making a mess of things and I don't know what's what on some of these. I think that goes there maybe. I might have done 2 of these. Let's darken up those edges. I don't want it everywhere, so we'll just add a little. Little on this side as well. Oh, here, let's do this. Look at that. It will pull out some of that texture in this dyed paper. That looks okay. Like that. There. So now that shows up a little bit. And so we've got a little bit of contrast. I like it. Now, on this page, I feel like we should have a tag. I like this tag. I do see that a bit of the vellum is coming up. I don't know that that bothers me though, because it's hanging on in the middle. This does have, you know, multiple overlap. So maybe that's okay. And maybe we want to put this on with, want to put that on with, how about, let me think on that for just a moment. Okay, hello again. So, last night, holy cow, all the distractions. So, decided to take a little break. So now we're going to finish up what we started. It is quiet. It's 5:30-ish. People are either sleeping or already on their way to work, and we're just gonna keep on going. Okay, where were we? We were at this tag, and we are going to add it. And I'm just gonna add it with the paper clip. All right, there we go. So what do we got so far? I gotta refresh my memory here. All right, we got our little specimen, we got our tag edge. Okay, let's leave some journal space. How about we just stick on a nice little flower of some sort. We don't need to be picky, so let's just, well, I ripped it. All right, let's not do that. Be a little more careful. Okay, so let's ink this up. I still left my mess, so everything is handy. I'm just going to ink this up, and we are going to glue stick this fella right into place. Little blue page for us. Oh my goodness, I have just got stuff everywhere. That's okay. We can work around it, and we'll have lots of ideas for things to add. Just a little something. How about up here in the top corner? There we go. Nothing too heavy. Now, we are in our middle. How about a little side tuck? We don't have any of those yet. So let's grab, how about this guy here? We're just going to put a little side tuck. Which piece do we want? That's kind of cool. But I also like the pink. We'll make it tall. Let's do a tall tuck. I'll just clip this down and can we get that in almost one shot? We'll keep it straight. Yep, pretty okay. We could even go over there. We'll save this. Maybe we'll use that on a different one. Trying to speed this up a little bit. I know that we're getting pretty long here. Although if we're trying to do a full journal, I think that's okay. Shall we put a little, let's put a little interesting little dealio here. Let's put a little notch. Not that you couldn't tell it was a tuck, but still. I think I want to grunge up this page a little bit. How do I want to do this? Let's grab a piece of scrap paper here. Oh, here's one. Okay. I'm just going to get a little on the edges here. A little bit more interesting. Let's see, can we manage the middle? I think we can. And let's do the same over here. Just makes it look a little more thoughtful, a little more a little less just placed. Oops, oh here. I love inking folds. They look pretty cool. Okay. I don't even know where to set stuff, guys. All right, now for this, we're gonna pull out the hefty glue. And we're just gonna glue down the bottom. On the side. A little bit from there. All right. Just press that down. And then we can, we'll have the area to tuck in then. We could stick anything in there that we want. So we can add to it later. How are we doing here for stuffiness? We're doing just fine. I think I'd like to add another tab. Maybe down a little further this time. Let's see, where are the rest of the tabs? Over here. Gave them to the little guy last night to pick. So let's see our options. Whoops, I think, let's see, those are more, what did we put over here? Over here we had floral. Let's do this guy. Just, whoops. Goodness. We'll do this one down a little lower. And it is nice and long, so all right, I'm going to do this part first so I can get it straight how I want it. And this will be there. All right, so I'm going to unfold it. Going to put it here like so. Let's make sure we're not gluing down. We are not. Okay, and now, well, now that looks a little crooked. Not too bad. Might just, maybe that's just a bit of an optical illusion here. Well, while I'm doing it on that side, I should do it on this side. A little there. We will just stick her down. All right, there we go. It's not super heavy. I mean, it's not light either, but we don't want to go major heavy with these smaller pages, or lighter weight pages, I should say. That's beautiful. I think I'm going to leave it how it is. Let's do something fun on here. And maybe just a pretty piece of ephemera. I also found these rub-ons that we might want to put in there somewhere. So we'll set those to the side. And let's grab our little ephemera box here and see if there's something. Wow, what a mess. Let's get some things out of our way. This is kind of ridiculous. We don't need a pristine spot to work, but we do at least need space to move our arms, because it's a little hard to do any sort of art when your arms are stuck. So let's, okay. That's a little better. A little better. Okay, let's pick something out of here that will look nice on there. Something a little larger. It's too long. We're gonna go to the big. Here's a envelope, but I feel like that's a little too plain. What else do we got? We could go a little taller than the page. That would not hurt anything. Oh, that's a fun number. I didn't even see that in there. Let's use that because it's cool. What else do we got here? Green. We could just do a nice little collage. About something relatively simple like this, but having it hang over. And let's pick a butterfly to go on there. It doesn't have to be runaways. It doesn't have to be super complicated. It's so easy to just be like, end layer here, end layer there, and it's super fun to do that. That would be too busy in the background. See, it is difficult to stop. Just stop. All right, first I want to ink up my edges. Shall we do, I don't want to get too many bright colors. I was thinking maybe about the orange, but maybe we'll just, let's just stick with our vintage. Oh, this side's pretty with that dark. And I do like the tearing ruler effect. Don't have to do that. You can just tear it by hand. That's what I've always done. Only reason I bought a tearing ruler is because it was super inexpensive. Get this grunged up a little bit there on the edges. And let's ink these guys up too. I'm having a hard time kind of knowing what to do next. Not sure if we should just do the more, I mean, not on this video, but just in general. Do we do more master boards? Do we do more journals? Do we do more ephemera? It's also fun, but I don't want anybody to get bored with the same old stuff either. So if you have thoughts, let me know. Oh, I like that on top. Okay. Because this paper, well, it's pretty strong. I was trying to decide if I want to do this glue or glue stick. I think this glue, but I need to make sure that I get it on all the edges. I'm probably not even where you can see. And I know it's going to stick up over the top, so let's go like that. Whoops. And hope that we're about where we need to be. How close are we? Sorry, stick my crazy head in frame. All right. That's just about perfect. All right, let's toss this on there. Relatively straight. All right, and our little butterfly friend. Let's put her on here. Right there. Cute. All right. Now, next, what do we still got to do here? Not a lot. How about a little belly band? And that can be done. So what you do with that is you glue it on top and bottom, and then you can slide things in to be held. Will that fit in there? It will. Maybe that's what we should do. Let's do it. Now, which way do we want it? Maybe that's not what we want. Here, hold on. This is kind of the same. Oh, you're probably like, just pick something. That would look cool. However, it's going to get stuck if we try to do it that way. Ooh, how about this? Let's try our little rub-ons and see what we can come up with for that. Where'd I set them? I set them somewhere close by. Clearly not there. Here they are. Okay. Let's get a piece. Let's just grab a piece of tall scrap. Or maybe not even that. Maybe we want to use one of these. Let's do that. Let's use this guy. Or this one. Which one? Which one? How about this? Because that will show. Let's do this. Do we want the top or the bottom? We'll just pick something. We're going to do the top. And right about there. I'm going to fold it so I'm straight because that will be good. Okay. little strips that I still didn't cut it straight. It's been a little obnoxious with the particulars, but that's okay. Sometimes we do that. And inking. That's what we're doing. Maybe I should get in the habit of like the ink sets to one side, the tools. Always set my whatever to my left. That requires a lot of thought though. I'd rather just fumble around, I think, and try to find stuff. Okay. Now, I want that at the top. Glue there. Some glue here. And how about just right about like that? Pretty straight. Eyeballing it. And I think that will fit this way. It will. I'm gonna let that dry for just a second before we, well, actually, let's go ahead and stick it in and make sure that everything's gonna stay okay. I think it will. All right. Good deal. How about just, let's put a, what do we want to put? Let's put a sticker here, but which one? What sticker do we want? How about another one out of here? For the sake of some consistency. What do we do on this page? I don't remember. Oh yeah, a pocket. Let's see. Grow with the flow. Pretty flowers. Good vibes only. Be bold. Don't overthink it. Let's grab another. Yeah. Good things take time. Let's stick that right up at the top. More journal space. And then here on this page, what can we do anything with this? It's a piece of our master board. Are they all the same height? I think I did make them all the same height, but that's okay. We could cut it down. Let's just cut it down. That's what we have them for. How about a little journal card right here? Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna go cut him on the big guy and be right back. Okay. And we are just going to, oh, we're gonna have to back it, that's for sure. Let's round our corners. Actually, no, let's round our corners first. Can we get that in there? Yeah, that would have been rough after the fact, so good thing we did that. We don't want to add any additional weight to this before we try to cut it. While we're here, we might decide to use this one too. Oh, Lord. Done pretty good at not making them too thick. This one was on the verge, but not too bad. Here, I know what we're going to do. We are going to grab an envelope. How tall is it? Will it stay in there? Now, can see here on this envelope that there's glue here. So we can trim it. We can trim it down and it will still work. So that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna make a double. I'm rethinking. Oh no, that's not, we're good. Okay. Well, they both fit. They will. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to stitch right up the middle. And we're going to cut it in half and we're going to make a double pocket. I'm not sure if we want the flap or not. Let's make a mark. Or do we want to just glue it? Is there space to glue it? Oh my gosh, all of the thinking. Don't make it so hard. All right, let's mark the middle. We know we got to do that regardless. So we are, what are we here? We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1/4. So we're going to go 3 1/8. And 3 1/8. And this is our line. It would be easier to use a smaller ruler, but I like this one because it's got all the extra guidelines. Just to make sure I'm not too out of control. Oh, that's not sharp enough. Here, just move it over a little bit. That works. Now, I'm a little nervous about stitching here. First, let's cut it. I kind of like those little tabs like that. It'll sit kind of like this. Maybe we can put something on there. It's like a pull. Let's just glue it and see how we fare. I'm a little nervous. I don't want too much glue, but I'd like some glue, please. There, okay. Please, some glue. We don't want it to squish too much towards the middle, or we won't have room for our card. Let's set that off to dry and do this one. It's going to give us just a touch of a ripple, but that's okay. Now we'll spread a little more. Went a little crazy with that one. So what I'm thinking is that this can go here, and this can go here, and it can be a double flip. But I don't know about these. Let's see. First, let's make sure there's enough space. Is there enough? Is it gonna work? That's gonna be awful tight. I still like the idea. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stop being stingy, because when we're stingy, we lose. Let's see what I did as I wasted one. All right, here we go. This is gonna be here. And this is also gonna be there. And we'll use these pockets for something else. So there, it's not a waste. It's we're gonna use it later. And what if they're top loading instead of side loading? Hey, see? Yep, that's what we're gonna do. That is what we are going to do. Who knew? It's all working out. You can change your mind anytime you want. Whoa. I'm going to get a little bit of ripple, but we're okay with that because we are. We could glue the inside, this other little flap down too. I probably should have done that. Let's add just a bit. Let's add just a little bit here, a little bead around along the top. Just enough. Make sure that we're not gluing it together. Oh, we're good. And then for this one, we're going to put just a little bead here. And we're going to go here. Yep, and we're covering both. We overlapped a little on our glue there, so that's okay. So we know we're good on that side. There we go. Make sure we're not glued shut. Almost, but not quite. All right, now. So here's what we've got going on. We're going to put these in here as extra little journal cards. Oh, but we do have to cover the back. So let's do that while we're letting these dry up. We're going to cover them with something that can be journaled on. Is this paper big enough? Yep. I do believe it is. Yep. All right, so let's get a couple of pieces of these. And let's toss that on here. Let's close the glue before we have a problem. And this. Let's just load this guy up here with glue. Bye, kitty. Bye, kitty. Just checking my guideline there. You can see through it a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not concerned about that. I think it'll be just fine. That sounds good. And if this bothered you, you could do a quick layer of acrylic paint. You could put gesso on it to tone down that color so it hides better. You could use a thicker paper. Any of those options would work. Oops, oh, might need a little bit of, I think it's okay. Close up our friendly glue stick and let's trim this up. I don't know why I'm quiet when I'm cutting. I guess I can't concentrate, which is funny because I talk to myself all the time. So even when I'm concentrating, so I should be able to talk to you. Today is a work at home day, so I don't have to have time to get to the office. Don't have to put makeup on my face. Because when I'm on camera, you can't tell. So, Mondays and Fridays. I love it. I love it very much. Okay. Now, let's just ink our edges here to tie it all together and make it look finished. It doesn't even need to be a whole ton, just enough to finish that off and make it look like a thoughtful piece. A finished piece. Oh, got a little wild there. No worries. No worries. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Now, let's put our bags in. Oh, not upside down. Oh, good Lord. Can you imagine? I'd be so mad at myself. Now, how do we want to do this? We could, how about some washi? Not super thick, though. Do I have a thin piece out? Here's some with letters. This is that. Oh, this is the one with the sticky back. All right. It should be okay because it's super sticky, so that should actually be probably good for us here. And we're overlapping, so we're pretty straight there. Stick that down real good. And then we will clip these edges. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the knife. Probably not the best way to do it, but I'm going to do it carefully. I suppose this way, I could see a little better. Oh yeah, the knife is sharp enough to do it this way. That's safer. Okay, cool. All right, there's one. And now we're gonna do this guy. Also up, okay. Interestingly, it started at the end of the alphabet instead of at the front. Huh. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Never mind. Ignore me. Sometimes I'm a goof. All right. We will go. What happened? I swear I just, was this? I swear I just measured this. You saw me do it. I don't know. Weird. All right, what do we want to do here? Well, I did, but then I cut it by the F instead of the E. I don't know. I don't know what I did. Doesn't matter. There we go. Okay, let's put it on. Let's get it on the page. If I can get the end off. Oh, come on, tape. Where is my pokey tool? Oh, I put it away. Well, that's different. There we go. All right, let's go this way again so that we can line it up. I know this is a long one, but you know, we're gonna pretty much have a finished project when we're done. So I think that that's okay if it's a little long. Those are pretty well lined up. Well, they were. Pretty close. I think we're pretty close and close enough is what we're gonna call it. And then I'm gonna trim this. The bottom one's actually okay. It will work if I put tension this way. There we go. Okay. Good and interesting page with a couple of journal cards. All right. Quick flip through to see how much more we need, if anything. It's a little loose, isn't it? That's all right. We might just want something here and here. What do we want to put on the front and the back? Oh, maybe we don't. Maybe we are okay. Let's see, what else have I pulled out? I thought this would be cute in there. That might be a bit much though. We've got a good amount of stuff going on. We can always add to it later. For the moment, I'm gonna say that is how we're going to have it. Now, we need, well, we did say we were gonna put a page edge or something. Well, how about this? That might look cool peeking out. Maybe even this way. What do we need here? Go up to the 14, little past. I'm just going to go to the 15. I think this will be cool. We could ruffle it, but I don't think we really want to do that. I think we want to hang it over just a little. And then you'll get a really cool look. Let's do it. All right, let's grab the 3-in-1 for this. Get any glue boogers off of there. This stuff, it's similar to like a Fabri-Tac. It's goopy, but it holds really well. It doesn't take too long to dry. We're gonna run a bead all the way down. Little extras on the ends. So there's our stringy. And we said that we were going to go this way and have it hang over just a little. So let's line up that line. How far over are we? It does give you a little bit of wiggle room. Hey, that's pretty straight. That could probably go in just a little bit. Oops. We're gonna let it stick, and then we're gonna go in and we're gonna add another bead, but I want it to dry a little bit first. While we're waiting for that to happen, oh yeah, that looks cool. I like it. While we're waiting for that to happen, we're gonna do something here on the front. I think for this one, we want just a wraparound enclosure and a tie. But what we can do is we can glue it underneath whatever we put on the front. So it will stay. That's too bright. I don't want anything super giant. That's too big. I don't really want to go with our standard bird, but I just keep always going back to the birds. We just gotta come up with something cool. I want to use these for sure. Those are going there. So we know that, but we need something. What about a frame? I kind of like that. And we can put a person in it. What kind of person do we want? How about a person from our little Sears friend area? Not a headstone. Not the headstone. Do we want to put a lady or a gentleman? Or a baby? Not a baby. That lady looks like she's too busy to enjoy her life. Oh, and she does not look very happy. That lady's kind of nice. She's pretty. Shall we grab her? Or let's grab, maybe we want to grab a gentleman. We have not used a gentleman. Where are you, fellas? Oh, it's little guys. He's cool, but he might be a little too big. Let's see. we want to go sideways? That man is very distinguished. Here, let's get this out of the way. I hope you can see what I'm looking at. That was silliness of me to not be... Oh, this shouldn't be this hard, guys. I don't even know what's the top and bottom of this frame. I think maybe that. Maybe... No, here's what we're doing. This is it. Okay, so right about there. I'm gonna over rip it. Sorry, dude, you're losing your lower body. How cool will this look? I think this is what we're going to go with our cloth samples. Now, in order to not make a giant disaster of it, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to make some marks where, and I know I want to cut on the inside of the pencil marks and try to be reasonable and not ruin it. So let's see here. Try to go relatively oval shape. Oh, nope, I said I need to be on the inside of the pencil marks, didn't I? I just said that. I heard myself say it. Okay. Inside of, that wasn't very straight, doesn't matter. Ideally will be covered. I think there must not have been space to put a pencil mark, so I'm gonna guess. Pretty darn close, if I do say so. I must have moved it a little bit. Okay, we need to just trim just a touch here. All right, now we are going to use our good buddy art glitter glue. I'll go around here. Light on the glue. And grab this. We're going to try to do this carefully and relatively correct the first time. That's where we're going. Sticks out a little bit, sure, that's okay. I don't think it's going to be all that noticeable. All right, let's see how our glue here is drying. Okay, that is dried there. So I'm going to use this to start it. And I'm going to put another bead. Get it going. Where are you? There you come. There you come. I'm going to put another bead here. Perhaps. Are you stuck? What's happening here, glue? Okay. So that we can get closer to the edge and get a better grasp on that. Gently pressing it down. We'll have a better grasp there. Okay. Let's get this guy out of, oh no, we're gonna need this again. So all right, fella, here's this fella. He's going to go here. This is going to go here. And I don't even know that we need a whole lot more than that, because we've got all this interest up here. We grunged it up real nice. Let's do, I'm gonna ink this guy around the edges. I'm gonna close this up for now. Maybe. Uh-oh, I think I have a bit of a plug. Okay, better. All right. Inking, that's what I said we were gonna do. Inking this around the edge. I could have inked it in the middle, but I forgot. So we're certainly not gonna try to do it now and risk ruining our fine gentleman in the middle. Get rid of that white paper core. I don't know if you can see. Let me see if you can see it. So there's the white paper core. And now it's gone. So that's going to go here. This is going to go here. And we're going to have, I wonder, do we want to put some washi behind it? That might look cool. But we are going to have, shall we use this same ribbon to do our closure? I think it will look cool. We won't put it that way, we'll put it the right way, but let's do it. Let's tie it. No. All right, what do we got here? Do we want to use, I'll give it this with the teal. I don't think so. Sometimes it's the last decisions that are the hardest to make. I think I want to go with this. It's pink, yes, but it's subtle, so I think that's okay. So let's give ourselves a good amount, because we're going to wrap around and tie. So let's cut this here. And let's stick it on, and then we're going to be done. We're gonna be done. Let's get it relatively in the middle here. And it's okay if we're gonna have to waste a little. So holding that down. Going to tack it here. What on earth? Glue? Come on. This is not supposed to be a frustrating way to start my day. Now it's going to spit out everywhere. It's going to be like, whatever. Snotty. It's not going to like my sassy attitude, and now it's going to give me issues. All right, so we're going to have that there. And we're going to just tack it over here. And how are we for straight? Ish. What do we got there? About 2. That looks pretty good. All right, we're going to hold that tight here. Where did my clips go? They are right here. Even smear that around a little bit. It's going to be covered, so we're fine from that perspective. So let's clip this. Also will be covered. Okay. There's my glue getting angry. This is not a bad way to start a Monday, I must say. Okay, we are done with our ink. Now, let's get our cover finished. I could have rounded those corners, but I didn't. And now we're putting glue on, so we're just going with it. Slide. Nope. We are not sliding anywhere. We'll have to trim that at the bottom just a little bit. This is stuck. That is stuck down. All right. So we can remove this because that is well stuck underneath. Now, our lovely gentleman. I feel like we've got enough going on the inside that we don't need to be super crazy down on the front. I don't want to put here. I'm going to do this on the back because it is that thin paper, but I do want it to stick down. I'm going to smear this around a little bit. All right, fella, here we go. You go right here. Let's close up our glue and see what we ended up with. All right, now we still need to could do a couple of different things if we wanted with the beads, or although let's just, you know what, we're gonna say we made a decision. There we go. All right, so let's see what we are ending up with. I think this is a just fine finished journal. Plenty of journal spaces, plenty of we need to throw something in there. Can't just have an empty pocket. Where'd that tag go? All right, I guess it is going in there. Double tag right there. Got that. Plenty of journal space, but also interesting things. I think this looks great. Now we're going to trim this, trying to be straight. Okay. Whoa, why is my hand so shaky? Holy cow. Because I'm trying to hurry. As if this extra 10 seconds is going to make any difference in a video this long. Okay. And now we just tie her up, and she or he is good to go. I'm not even mad about how long this ribbon is. There we go. All right. Hey guys, if you're still here, thank you. Thanks for sticking with me. This was a long one. Hope you have a great Monday, and we will see you next time. Bye.